In this video, I'm going to give you 6 core tips to think about when photographing cars. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, probably like right in front of the door here. Okay. Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, I was just thinking straight underneath that street light, right, and let's just park it on the side of the street as if you were leaving it. Yeah. I think that'll just look better. Yeah. Yeah, let's change it up a bit. I think that's better. That sits better with me. I wasn't really sure about this location because those lights are really bright. Yeah, that's sick. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna look sick. Have you got a key? Can I just check it? Yeah. I might turn the lights on at some point. On the twisty, yeah? That's a better light. I'm gonna move the car. It's gonna be better over there, I think. There's less distraction. So the tip is check your background. I was about to shoot the car here. And if I'm shooting this way, we're okay. There's not too much distracting stuff in the background. A couple of lights, but they're in the distance. It's going to be a compressed shot. But if I shoot this way, I've got a BMW there, loads of vans. That building's not so nice. So I'm actually going to put the car underneath this street light, and we're going to shoot down this road. And with the 70 to 200 on a tripod, nice and compressed, a car underneath the street light vertical shot, I think it's going to look wicked. So taking that little bit of extra time just to make sure there's not a distracting background, and you're not going to have to Photoshop loads of things out of the way, or you're not going to be shooting towards some lights that are too bright, or there's not, you know, a random colourful pole sticking out of the background over the car. Really important. So I'm going to drive this now, which is pretty exciting. This is one of those cars that I would always have in my garage on Forza Horizon. No, not on Forza Horizon. Oh, it's sick. When shooting cars, you should also think about focal length. Everyone can take a photo with their iPhone at a wide angle, but if you have the zoomed in lens and can create some compression, your shots are going to look way more professional. So I'm shooting now with a 70 to 200 on a tripod, getting a nice compressed shot of this car. At the moment I'm shooting at around, let's have a little look, 135 millimeters. We're going to put a timer on, focus on the front of the car, take a shot. So I want to get this shot. I want the whole lamppost and the car in focus, so I'm going to come quite far back here. I want to put my focus on the car, make sure my polarizer is cutting the light. So I'm using compression on this shot to pull in the background towards the subject and to make the road feel shorter. And you can see with a wide angle lens, there's nothing going on there. But with a compressed shot, you can see the results. And then we're going to go for a full height tripod shot as well. My next tip is the polarizer. If you're shooting cars, motorbikes, or to be honest, anything on the water or involving a lot of sky, polarizer can really help with cutting out reflection. I'm not going to explain exactly how it works, but I'll show you what it does. So now you're about to see 2 images. You'll see me take the first one with the polarizer not doing its job, and then you're going to see me take the second one with the polarizer doing its job and taking out that glare from the windscreen. And even at night time, this can be really effective. So use a polarizer. It will give you way better results, and it will get rid of that horrible windscreen and glass glare and paint glare as well. And you can really control those reflections. So here's your example. So we've got the frame of the car here, and I'm going to first, to make it so the polarizer is not doing its job, and take a shot. And now I'm going to take the polarizer, which is on the end of my lens, twist it to cut out the reflection in the windscreen, I'm going to take the same shot. Now you're going to have both shots on your screen now. They're both edited with exactly the same edit. Nothing has been done to either photo differently. They've both been copied and pasted the exact same edits on. You can really see the difference. So we have the non-polarized image here and the polarized image here. It might be the other way around. Now it might seem a little obvious now I'm saying it, but a lot of you don't do it. Clean the car, please. Whoever owns the car, whoever's in charge of the shoot, if it's you, if it's your car, give it a wash, even if it's just to get most of the mud off. You might not think it, but you can really tell in photos. So I'm quite lucky, I'm shooting a car for a detailing company, so the car is perfectly clean. It's had a paint correction, a polish, a PPF. It's not getting any cleaner than it is now. But make sure the car is clean. It really makes a difference to your photos, and if you want them to look professional, a clean car or a clean motorbike make a world of difference. The next tip is location. Now I'm quite limited today with the location for this car. We're not allowed to take it far from the dealer, from the detailing shop, and the detailing shop is here, I believe, and the car is here. So we've just taken it slightly down the road just so I can get a little bit of a different location. If you have flexibility of your locations, do your research, find some good place around you, and come up with some plan Bs and plan Cs. I've had loads of shoots where I've been kicked out of the first location and the second location, and we've had to go to the third location. So have a few ideas and spots in mind that you can go to. Have a backup plan. It makes you look way more professional, and it means you're not freaking out when you get kicked out of your amazing photography spot, and you've got somewhere else you can go and get some bangers. Okay, so my next tip is capturing the details, getting those nice finer details of the interior and the exterior of the car that really make that car the car it is. So this is a number 138 out of 400. It's a very unique, special car. It's very rare. It's in pristine condition. It's got some really nice features inside, some really nice logos and some badges. You're about to see a clip of me shooting those logos and badges and talking to the camera. However, I left the microphone attached to this jacket, which was outside of the car, so there'll probably be no audio. But you'll have a little view of the pictures. I'll shoot through this clip super quick. You get the idea. I still think it's mad that I'm even allowed to drive this thing. This could look quite cool. I'm going to backlight the car, see how it looks. Oh, hello!
Hello! I've come to grace you with my presence.
Nice, good. I had to move it out of the way.
Shine on that thing. Nice.
Mate, it looks wicked, eh? It looks so good. I'm not sure if this shot's going to be good because that light's super overpowering, but it's the potential to be a gangster shot. Yeah, some other guys were just saying it's on your steering wheel's on the wrong side. I was like, it's not for me. It's perfect for me.
He got in the car. He's like, "Oh, this is the way it should be."
I got in the passenger side first, and I was like, oh wait.
Steering wheel.
Yeah.
This is new.
Yeah.
For him, it's the way it should be.
I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it was informative and you learned a few things. They were really just the basics. There's way more to go through, and I will do in future videos. So if you want that kind of content, then hit subscribe. If you like that video, please click the like button. Comment down below any questions you have. Hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram's down below. You can also message me on there and I'll get back to you probably quicker. And I appreciate support. Peace.